All right, everybody, here we are at Castlemont High School in Oakland, California, just on the bottom of the Oakland Hills. Like I said, a nice night for football. The co-captains are out there. Only 3 captains are allowed down here, and this is actually a different section. Well, I think there's 4 captains allowed. My mistake there. But you can see them out there lined up for the Timberwolves. Jeremy Segura wearing number 58. Isaac Arnold wearing number 77. Wearing number 54 is Cody Velasi, and wearing number 74 is Johnny Delgado. So those are the co-captains out there. It's nice to see some linemen as co-captains. Oftentimes you'll send out a quarterback or your skill receivers or running back, but linemen are out there. The field is an artificial surface field. It looks old. It looks a little worn, maybe on camera. It's not that bad. I went down there and walked the field. It's in pretty good shape, but it is an older artificial surface field. But it's soft. Remember, some of the fields, especially the older fields, sometimes were quite hard with a concrete pad underneath that artificial surface, and it could really contribute to injuries, especially at this level of football. But I think the field's in pretty good shape walking it ahead of time. So this is a beautiful evening. Like I said, you can see the moon now coming up over the hills back off towards the east. Back behind us where our camera is the Bay Area, and if you were up just a little bit higher in those hills across the way, you have actually a nice view of San Francisco from this part of Oakland. So they're going over the ground rules. Now, the scoreboard is not going to work, so that's going to make it complicated. Fort Bragg has won the toss, and they have elected to receive. What that means is, as we go through the game, I really am not going to be able to tell you, other than guessing, how much time is left. I do have a Fitbit. It does have a stopwatch. I like to think of myself as being resourceful at times. We'll try that and see if it helps. Fort Bragg fired up along the sideline now. Coming off a nice win from the JVs. Castlemont breaks. Comes out onto the field to kick it off. Fort Bragg in their white traveling jerseys. And how about this, old-time Timberwolves fans? Purple pants. That's right. Usually white pants or gray pants over the years. I don't remember ever seeing purple pants on the varsity Timberwolves team in my 37 years of watching Timberwolves football, but maybe at some point in the past they did. They look pretty sharp, kind of like the Washington Huskies out there. Deep to receive, Wyatt Curti wearing number 2. He's across the far sideline. And wearing number 42 is William Robertson. As Castlemont gets ready to kick it off and get this game started. Agla, I think it's Algla. I've got a handwritten name here, but he will be handling the kickoff duties for Castlemont, and here it goes. Kicks it away, high end over end kick. That's Curti. That's going to take it at the 15 to the 20 to the 25 to the 30. Breaks open all the way across the 40-yard line. So a good return from Wyatt Curti, and the Timberwolves will start off in good field position at their own 41-yard line. Curti, nice run back that time. Not big, but he wasn't tentative, and that's what you really need to do if you're returning on special teams. If you really have a burst of speed and you're just kind of looking for a place to use it and a seam or a crack, that's fine, tiptoeing. All right, Fort Bragg lines up in their spread offense. Clavel at quarterback, 2 men out left, 1 man split out right. 4-3 defense. The give is to Robertson, right side. Jukes 1 man, steps forward, got some positive yardage across the 45 up to the 47-yard line. No huddle offense from Castlemont. The Timberwolves can at times go to the no huddle, but you see they're huddling up right now, but it's just a quick huddle basically to kind of gather everybody together. Once again, 2 men split out, this time to the right, 1 man out here left for Clavel. It'll be 2nd down and 3. There's the give to Robertson. They get right up to midfield. I think that's a first down. He's right at the first down marker. The Timberwolves right at midfield. Now, one thing Coach Perkins did tell me when I went out to practice, yesterday was that they are going to run the spread, but they're going to throw a lot less than they have in the past, that you're going to see a lot more runs out of the spread. And you might recall they kind of went to this trend last year. They started the season with the spread, but they just didn't have the skill positions there, so they started running the ball out of the spread more, and it was effective. 1st and 10 at midfield, 2 men left, 2 men right. Robertson again straight up the middle, and again positive yardage. He gets about 5 yards. And the Timberwolves offensive line so far firing out nicely. Good block by Hayden Mitchell that time. 5-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 5. We're just underway, and I'm happy to say the scoreboard is working. The clock is working, so that's one relief off my mind in trying to bring you an accurate broadcast of this game. 2nd and 5 from the Castlemont 45. Clavel out of the shotgun. Got one man in the backfield with him, and he goes in motion too early. Robertson that time took a couple steps to the left. You're going to get a motion penalty there or a procedure penalty. It'll be 2nd down and 10 now as they move it back to the original line of scrimmage there at midfield. I'm sure when there's a break in the action, at some point we'll get a shot of the moon coming up over there. It's like I said, a very nice evening here in Oakland. All right, here we go. 2nd down and 10 after the penalty. 2 men left, 1 man right. Clavel back to pass. Rolling, getting pressure, doesn't see it. Blindside, he's hit and intercepted. Stiff arm at midfield and across the 45 to the 44-yard line as Clavel was hit immediately right as he was throwing the football. There are a couple numbers I was told by their coach that aren't going to be on this program, and that's one of them, unfortunately. Number 1 I don't have for Castlemont on the program, but they have intercepted Clavel's first pass of the season. But, again, he was hit from the blind side as he delivered, and that caused that ball to basically just be a lame duck right into the hands of the defender. So let's see what the Castlemont offense does. Again, they'll be running the spread, but they do have the I formation. Or actually one back behind the quarterback. Slot man up left. There's a snap. They give to the back. He jukes one way, cuts back the other up to the 40-yard line, picks up about 4. 2nd down and 6. The people to watch for, one of the bad things about a roster sometimes is that they're not done numerically, so give me a chance here for Castlemont. Give to the same man as he goes to the left side. He's got close to a 1st down before he's brought down. Might be a horse collar tackle called that time as the Timberwolves. Let's see if that's what the call is going to be. I think Ethan Hall-Jeffries made the stop that time, but he may have grabbed him around the shoulder pads. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see. By the way, the ball carrier for the first 2 carries is Davis Carter Fines, or Fines Carter Davis, that is. So it's holding. Offense, that'll be going the other way. So they'll mark off 10 yards from the infraction, remember, on holding in high school. So it will bring it back. The chain gang across the way started to move everybody back, but they just need to move the down. Now he's got it right. He moved the down back, and he moved it back to 2nd down. So here we go. Everything's 2nd down and 11 after the holding call at the 46-yard line. Just underway, no score. There's a snap, play action, throw, downfield. Ooh, tipped away by Clavel, but the receiver was still running his pattern there, and boy, that could have been one of those plays where it's tipped right into the receiver's hand and on it goes into the end zone. I'm going to have to apologize, folks, for some of the delays when I'm announcing Castlemont. A lot of these guys are not on the program they gave me. There was no program online, and we couldn't get one at the high school, so I got one from the coach. I got the kids' names here, but not being familiar with them, it might be a struggle trying to call them out. So I'm going to apologize for that. 3rd down and 11. And Castlemont's going to call a timeout, I think, or the Timberwolves are going to call a timeout. Fort Bragg calls a timeout. No score. We're in the first quarter, 9:19 to go. It's Fort Bragg nothing, Castlemont nothing. MendocinoTV.com. as I mentioned, the traffic down here tonight with the Raiders and Packers game going sort of created a level of stress for the Timberwolves coaching staff because the JVs were in the third quarter, mind you, and somebody on the sideline, James Mallory, helping coach this year, James handed me his cell phone, and it was Roy Perkins, and Roy Perkins was lost in Oakland. So I got him on track and told him to call me back when he got to a certain point. He was stuck right in that area where the Raiders game was just about to start, just standstill on the freeway. Like I said, JV's in the third quarter. Meanwhile, when I hung up the phone, about 2 minutes later, it rings again. This time it's the bus driver with the team, and they're lost. So I walked out to the front of the school here and acted like an air traffic controller and got everybody in just in time. So like I said, a little stressed, but we're here and we're ready to go. 3rd down and 12. Out of the shotgun, out of the spread, here come the Knights. Rolling, gets away, getting some pressure. Now he throws upfield, and it's caught for a first down at about the 28-yard line. Nice pass that time. I'm going to check with somebody here. Is that quarterback Witten? Which one is it? Because he's not on the roster. Do you know who it is? It's playing quarterback. You don't know? Okay, that's okay. I'm sitting next to somebody from Castlemont, and he's not sure either. So, anyway, nice composure by the quarterback that time as he got away, scrambled, found a man coming back to the football, and hit him with the pass. And I think it's a first down. I'm not sure what the delay is here right now. I may have missed a penalty flag. I think this is new for the chain gang, too. I think everybody's this is their first action this year. And they're going to have to learn how to move with the down marker here. So that's okay. They got it straight now. First down, Castlemont at the Timberwolves 30-yard line. There's the snap. Short drop, throwing it out here to the right side. And, boy, good coverage that time. And, boy, I tell you what, William Robertson had that covered like a blanket. But everybody has a right to the ball. Some may have felt that the offensive player actually interfered with Robertson, but he was coming back to the ball. But Williams stayed with good position that time and had great coverage. So 2nd down and 10. Ball remaining at the 30. 1 back in the backfield, 3 split out here right, 1 left, 2 in the slot here to the right side. There's the snap. This time good pressure, but again, he gets away, and he's got some running room this time as he gets away again to the 20, to the 15, and knocked out of bounds at about the 12. First down, Castlemont. Well, talking to the coach before the game, Dominic Witten and Savdar McCrary are the 2 quarterbacks, and I'm not sure, since neither of them have a number attached to the guy that's actually out there, I'm not sure who that is. But he sure looks good so far. Takes the snap, rolling to his right, looks, throws, a little low, and that ball is incomplete. Ball intended that time for Alvarez Lazaro was the intended receiver. He is the slot receiver. I was told he's wearing number 3. Okay, so here we got it. It's Savdar McCrary. We do have now a name for the quarterback. 2nd down and 10. He's got his team at about the 15-yard line of the Timberwolves on his first possession. Looking, pumping. Now he's sacked as Cody Velassi gets in there and wraps him up from behind. So both teams getting a little pressure on the quarterback here in the first possession, although for Castlemont it turned into an interception, the pressure they put on Clavel. But nice sack that time by Cody Velassi as McCrary is dropped for about an 8-yard loss, setting up 3rd down and an 18. They have to get to the Timberwolves 5 for a first down. Again, 2 men out here right for McCaffrey. He looks to penalty, and I think one of the Knights jumped that time. There it is, false start. So 5 yards back, making your 3rd down. Now probably about 22, it looks like. You know, one of the things when you have a football stadium in a residential area, oftentimes the light standards are pretty low because you don't want to put ambient light into neighbors' living rooms and stuff. So the light standards are pretty low here, being right in the middle of a residential neighborhood. So kind of a little bit of a glare off the helmets. I don't know how it looks in high def, but kind of a dramatic look. It's almost as look no problem with lights here, as opposed to like Cloverdale. Third down, looked like motion again, but no call. Pass, deep, right side, man there. He's got it. Touchdown, Knights. What a catch. Clavel, who had coverage, can't believe it, as Tajeron Wade, that is. Tajeron Wade with a remarkable catch in the corner of the end zone. That was just a good catch. Clavel could not do much more. Coach Perkins is talking about something as though he may have been out of bounds first. There's no replay, obviously, video replay at the high school level, but for some reason Clavel thinks he went out of bounds first. He's saying that before he caught that pass that he stepped out of bounds, which would thereby make him an ineligible receiver. So I think that's what Perkins is trying to say. So let's see. I think now the referee went out, and I'm not sure. No, they're not going to ask anybody if that happens. So touchdown, Castlemont. They'll go for the extra point. There's a snap. Spots down. The kick is up. Got the distance, and it is good. So the scoreboard just went dark. I don't know how much time's left in the first quarter, but Castlemont has taken the lead 7-0 over the Fort Bragg Timberwolves. So nice touchdown. Beautiful catch. Savdar McCrary lobbed it up there. Sort of the old flag route in the corner. And like I said, as you saw, Clavel had pretty darn good coverage, I thought. But just a remarkable catch by Tajeron Wade. So the Timberwolves will get it again on offense now, having a little trouble getting the right receiving team out there, the return team. Again, Robertson and Curti are back to receive as Castlemont, now leading 7-0 in the first quarter, will kick it off. That touchdown on third and like 22, I think it was. A little bit of that evening breeze in the Bay Area now, coming across the field a little bit. Here's the kick. End over end again. It's Curti's side. He takes it back at the 11. To the 15, to the 20, to the 25. He breaks free. He's at the 30, to the 35, to the 40. Stiff arms a man up to the 44-yard line before he's finally brought down. Another nice return from Curti to set up the Timberwolves offense in good field position. Wyatt Curti almost broke away for a second time, and I know Castlemont has a lot of speed in talking to their coaching staff, so you get out on the open field, you better run fast because these guys have a lot of team speed, according to the coach I talked to on defense. A couple of the linebackers to watch for, too, right now are Darius Drake. He'll be wearing number 25. There's a give. Ooh, Clavel keeps it. Fake me out. Fake to Robertson. A penalty flag is down. Back behind, there's two penalty flags down. Way back at the 46-yard line. A nice gain for the Timberwolves on first down, but it may be coming back. Referee's talking it over. Holding. Defensive holding, which will only been a 5-yard penalty. I think somebody was holding Robertson coming out of the backfield because he was the guy where the flag was thrown right where he and another player were for Castlemont. So defensive holding is a 5-yard penalty. It's an automatic first down, though, so I think Perkins might want to rethink this because otherwise it'd be second down and 3 or first down and 5. Take your pick. I might go first down and 5, but that's what they're talking about. $9:19 to go first quarter. 7-0 Castlemont. Scoreboard came back on, so. So I guess it's defensive holding's a 10-yard penalty at the high school level. So anyway, bottom line is we've got a first down at the 46-yard line. First game for everybody. Chain gang, referees. So it's a little slow when stuff gets called. Clavel, back to pass. Here comes pressure. He throws. He gets rid of it. And he is hit hard. Clavel up. Boy, he was rocked in the backfield that time. I had just, I think, mentioned Jermaine Robertson. If it didn't, I was going to. He was one of the linebackers. Darius Drake also in there. So second down and 10. Let's see if Clavel, the junior, can take a hit. He sure got shellacked there. Two-man split left, one-man split out to the right. Slot on the left side. Clavel rolling. Here they come again. He looks. He's going to keep it. He ducks his head and runs right over a man. Picks up about 3 yards. So there's some toughness as Clavel bounced right back and ran right over one man. It'll be third down now, third and long for the Timberwolves. They're going to have to contain that rush coming from the left side because it has been consistent. Jackson coming in hard. I'm sorry, Robertson, Jermaine Robertson, wearing number 40. All right, here we go, third down and 8. Robertson in the backfield with Clavel. One man split out left. Two men right. Man comes in motion. That's Curti. Fake to Curti. Give it to Robertson on a little cross play, and he picks up some yardage. Going to be short of the first down, inside the 40, down to the 39-yard line of Castlemont. Run, punt, go for it. Let's see. Perkins might want to go for it here just because it's the first game and see if he can convert and get his team to feel confident on fourth down, and that's what he's going to do apparently, unless he just tries to draw them off sides. There's a run, just a direct hike to Robertson. Stiff arms one man, going to be short. Just short of the first down. Nice tackle that time by, again, a little fellow wearing number 1 who is not in my program. So Castlemont takes over on downs. They'll have it at their own 37-yard line. They lead 7-0. Now the clock is stuck at 9:19. That's not working. So I'm assuming that the officials are keeping time on the field. And again, that brings us back to not knowing how much time is left in the first quarter. But I do know it's first down Castlemont. And my guess would be probably 4 or 5 minutes left in the first quarter, trailing 7-0. The Timberwolves' first game here tonight on Mendocino TV. There's a snap. Give. Left side. Got some room. Picks up some yardage. Up close to about the 44-yard line. Johnny Delgado on the stop for the Timberwolves. Segura also in there. About a 6-yard pickup, setting second down and 4. Ball at the 43-yard line, second down. Now I believe the second quarterback, number 8, is in there. There's a give. First man through, and Falassi. Was that Falassi or Delgado? Both of them. Delgado got there. And also that was Ethan Hall-Jeffries. Loss on the play, setting up third down. So it'll be third down and about 8. First down at about the 47. Timberwolves safeties are lined up about at that position. Let's see if they throw. Timberwolves show blitz. Back to pass. Got time. Throw. Caught at the 50. First down and more. Cutting back across the grain. Inside the 45 to the 42-yard line. So again, Castlemont does have some good skill players. That receiver that time, nice yardage after the catch. Picked up about 9 yards after the catch. First down at the Timberwolves' 42-yard line. So the air attack right now is looking pretty good for Castlemont. Now at quarterback is Dominic Witten. He wears number 8. And he's going to run. Got some room. Look at that speed. As he breaks to the outside, he's gone. Touchdown, Castlemont. They take a 13-0 lead here in the first quarter. Dominic Witten, the second of the two quarterbacks that Castlemont runs their offense with, shows that he can run the ball. And again, they convert big on third down to set up that run. Both touchdowns fairly long, too, inside the 40. Didn't see the spot on the field exactly for that touchdown pass, but I think it was around 34, 35 yards, as was the touchdown run. And we got a timeout here before the extra point. $13-0, waiting for this extra point. So if you're watching this live and you tuned in late, Fort Bragg got the opening kickoff. Actually, we're moving the ball, had a couple of first downs, and then Clavel was hit from behind throwing the ball, which caused an interception. And then on third and long, Castlemont scored a touchdown on a long pass and a beautiful catch. And then their next possession just now, a nice 35-yard run, and they've got a 13-0 lead. There's a kick, it's blocked. So it stays at 13-0, but the Timberwolves offense is going to have to get something going. They're going to have to be able to block Jermaine Robertson, who wears number 40, because he has really been all over with his pass rush, causing havoc in the Timberwolves backfield, oftentimes seconds after the ball snapped. So Castlemont will kick it off again following their second touchdown. I guess if you want to look on the bright side, nice to see us block that extra point, but you have to really be careful of quarterbacks that can run at any level. You almost have to have a spy on them or something. And once Witten broke, you saw, across the left side of the field and suddenly broke for the sideline, you could tell that there was nobody with any kind of an angle, and he was gone the last 20 yards pretty much untouched without, obviously going to go the rest of the distance. So Timberwolves have to really maybe put a spy on him on defense, because it could be a long night if he gets loose like that a lot. There's the kickoff taken by the Timberwolves across the 30 to the 30, well, not quite to the 31-yard line. Right there at the 30, he's brought down by a host players from Castlemont. Logan Ponce, by the way, was a up man that returned that kickoff. Well, first and 10, Fort Bragg at the 29-yard line. Well, they're marking it back at the 28-yard line. We're in the first quarter. I do not know how much time is left, but I do know it's 13-0 Castlemont. Fort Bragg again out of the spread with two men split out here left, two men split to the right. You can see middle linebacker ready to blitz again, number 40 there, Jackson. No, this time he's back in coverage. Clavel swing pass to Robertson. He threw it at his feet that time, incomplete. Second down and 10. So second down and 10, the Timberwolves, who were able to run the ball, like I said, the opening series before they started to throw, we're getting off some yardage anyway. Have gone to a passing game here, and it has not been effective so far. Man in motion, that's Kurt Eye. They give to Curday over the right side. He cuts back and is hit and a fumble. And Castlemont has it. Penalty flag is down. One thing I got to say early on here, I'm not too thrilled by the sportsmanship I'm seeing by the Castlemont Knights. I mean, it's one thing to celebrate, but they were taunting a little bit. Let's see what the call is. Personal foul against Castlemont, so it'll be 15 yards for taunting. And like I said, if I'm a coach at this level and I got a kid that's going to get a 15-yard penalty for taunting, I might have a few words with that individual, that's not the type of character we like to display out on the field at a high school football game. And by the way, that was not a fumble. So Fort Bragg retains the football. My guess is Wyatt Curday was probably down and somebody ripped the ball out of him and then they jumped all around like they had the ball, but they didn't. I don't know. All I know is we have the ball. First down at the 45-yard line. Trailing 13-0. First quarter, no idea how much time is left. Clock being kept somewhere else by the referee. There's the give. Robertson, he breaks the tackle across the 50 and is up to about the 47-yard line. Nice 8-yard pickup. Somebody's down on the field over there, but they get him back up. My hit on all this, if this team has only been together for a couple of days, they've scored a couple of touchdowns. They're ahead 13-0. They're excited. You give them credit for being excited, but they may wear down. They may. Let's see how they look here in the fourth quarter. That's something to keep in mind. Timberwolves generally are in pretty good shape even early on in the season. Clavel, again, give to Robertson. He's got a first down across the 45 down to the 44. So the Timberwolves now starting to run the ball again, and I think that's the end of the first quarter. I think they're stopping action. No, they're just saying first down, move the chain. Remember, when the scoreboard doesn't work, the clock is kept on the field by the official. He's the one in the white hat. And he might be yelling to the sidelines how much time is left, but I can't hear it up here. First and 10, Timberwolves trailing 13-0 at the Castlemont 44. Curtis split out here to left. Two men split right. Robertson alone back behind Clavel. Takes the snap. Gives it to Robertson again. This time he's hit right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Second down and 10. Castlemont has called a timeout. That will give us a chance to take a timeout here and once again thank some of the folks that make it possible to be down here in Oakland, bringing you Timberwolves football here on Mendocino TV. Sovereign at Henry's Meadow, Sport Chrysler, Jeep Dodge, Round Table Pizza, Fort Bragg Transmission and Auto Repair, Ryan Perkins, Attorney at Law, Mendocino Cookie Company, North Coast Brewing Company, and Dunlap Roofing. Thanks to all our sponsors for bringing you high-def video from Castlemont High School here in Oakland. I think this was a Castlemont timeout. That's what it was indicated as such. "12-minute quarters." So, like I said, there's probably not a whole lot of time left, I think, in the first quarter. But there has been many stops in action as well. So, it's hard to determine where the clock might be at this point. Now they started up again. Second and 10. Timberwolves at Castlemont's 45. Clavel Gives it to Robertson. Cuts back. Breaks a tackle. Cuts back the other way. It is across the 35 to the 34. Another first down for the Timberwolves. No penalties, by the way. Sometimes that's an announcer's curse, but early in the season, you know, that's sometimes a problem as you're moving the ball on offense. So Timberwolves now keeping the ball on the ground, trailing 13-0, but it's still in the first quarter. So there's plenty of time left in this game if they want to grind it out to get back in it, as long as their defense can contain the Knights, which so far they've been unable to do. There's a low snap. Clavel gives it a handoff ahead. Somehow Robertson was able to get that ball. Now, the Timberwolves are missing Cody Morgan's not suited up here, who's probably their best running back, at least if you want to look at the way things worked last year. Not to knock Robertson, he's a good runner. Kurtai is too. They're all different in styles. But Cody Morgan not suited up to play here tonight. So Timberwolves don't have one of their top running backs. And now if they're going to keep the ball on the ground, that obviously is going to keep them one man down this whole game. Snap. This time Clavel back to pass. This time he has a little bit of time. Look, steps up. Now he's going to run. Still on his feet. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Maybe got a yard, setting up third down. Third down at about 7, it looks like, for the Timberwolves. They got it at the 31-yard line of Castlemont. Maybe I'm not sure if Fort Bragg called a timeout, or obviously change a quarter, they changed positions on the field. And so that is what they're doing, I think. Yes. So that is the end of the first quarter, ladies and gentlemen. No horn, no gun, but from what the players look like they're about to do, changing positions on the field, that would be a pretty good guess, I think, on my part, that the quarter has just ended. Anyway, the score, 13-0. The Timberwolves are trailing. As we begin the second quarter, they'll have it at the 31-yard line, and it's going to be third down, and I think about 6. Can't remember exactly where the... So the Fort Bragg now traveling left to right across your screens. And it looks like it will be third down at about 7. Have to get to just inside the 25-yard line for a first down. With these linebackers so close to the line of scrimmage, I haven't been watching the crossing patterns over the middle, but I think you might want to look there, but I don't know. Third down. Clavel. He's going to give it to Robertson. Face mask, but no call. Boy, it sure looked like it. I don't know. Maybe that was just he got him by the chin and tackled him, or by the front of his jersey. I didn't see any penalty flags, so it's fourth down, no gain. We're at Castlemont High here for Mendocino TV. We just began the second quarter. The scoreboard does not have a clock running. Fort Bragg trailing in this one 13-0. They've got it now fourth down and 8. They may go for it. They may shift into a punt position here and kick the ball away. They had a fake punt already, or at least a run on fourth down. It didn't seem to work. Clavel in trouble. Gets away amazingly, still on his feet. And he's going to get stopped well short of the first down, just getting back to the line of scrimmage. So Castlemont once again will take over on downs. First down, leading 13-0. This time going the other way. So the Timberwolves defense giving up touchdowns on the last 2 drives. We'll see if they can stop the Knights here. Fort Bragg has called a timeout. They were not quite set on defense there as Castlemont set up after taking over on downs. Well, the first game of the year, you've got a lot of things going on. You got a 4-hour bus ride before the game, and I'm not exaggerating when I tell you the team literally arrived as the JV game ended. That's when the bus got here. So literally off the bus into the locker room for whatever, uniform changes. They kind of come dressed, but they have to put in some pads and things, and then they're out on the field and ready to go. So not to make excuses, but, along with it being your first game, really, if you're going to travel that far on a bus, it'd be nice to have a little, watch the JVs for a few minutes, a half or something. But that's just not the way things worked out here with the traffic in the Bay Area here this afternoon. 1st and 10, Castlemont. They've got it at their own 32 or 33-yard line across the far side. There's a snap. McCrary in the quarterback again. This throw is almost intercepted, actually. Nice defense that time. And Clavel gets up sore, holding his hip. And that's not good to see. And that's one of the dangers of having your quarterback go both ways. He is on his back flat. He fell down, and again, this is artificial surface. I had mentioned as the game started, it seemed like it was fairly soft. I don't know. He may have landed funny, but you don't like to see the type of pain he's in, and you don't like to see where that pain is being exhibited from. That hip area, anybody that knows what happened with Bo Jackson's career, it ended on a play. I'm not suggesting anything close to that with this injury, but they are stretching out his leg and back towards the hip socket, it appears here, as you can see on screen. The Timberwolves have all taken a knee. I wonder if we can get our camera to swing over and show, did the Castlemont Knights take a knee, as you're supposed to do to show good sportsmanship? Ooh. No, they didn't. Okay. A little observation there. Not trying to be judgmental. Well, you can see they're helping him up. Sometimes you could just get a hip pointer where it really hurts like heck for a little bit, but it's not a real serious injury. It kind of appears that way. I don't know what sort of future action tonight will hold in terms of him continuing to play, but it's nice to see him literally walking off the field, favoring that right hip, but not in what I would call horrible pain and without any assistance at all. So I think he's probably going to be okay. Bottom line is it's 2nd and 10. Clavel's been replaced in the backfield defensively. There's a snap. They're looking this way. Pass incomplete. A little swing pass. Whistles blew. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. Julian's got his helmet off down here, drinking some water, kind of walking around a little bit. You can maybe see him on camera now as we get set to go back to action. 3rd and 10. Ball at their own 32-yard line. Now, this is where they've capitalized. Both their touchdowns came on big 3rd down plays. They also capitalized on one of their drives on a 3rd and long. Let's see if they can do it again. There's a snap. Looking. Throw. Juggled and caught. There it is again on 3rd down across midfield and down to the 45. And the Timberwolves are going to have to figure out some sort of 3rd down defense here, because right now that's the best down for Castlemont. They're making their big plays on 3rd and long. So 1st down across Timberwolves midfield into their territory at the 46. First quarter 13-0. Again, no clock here. Our second quarter, first half. Castlemont out of the spread. Man comes in motion. They give to him around the left side. Ooh, good stick coming up to hit him that time. And making the stop was Pools. or Giuseppe McKimmey. Picked up about 5, but it could have been more. 2nd down and 5. Ball now at the Timberwolves' 41-yard line. Gravel still not back out there yet. He's over on the sideline by the bench. Castlemont on 2nd and 5. There's a give coming around the right side. Breaks one tackle, but Flossie brings him down and hangs on. Didn't really gain too much. Maybe a yard. 3rd and 5. Well, let's see if the Timberwolves defense again can come up with a play here on 3rd down. Second quarter, 13-0. Nightfall here now. It is completely dark and cooling off just a little bit, which probably is not a bad thing if you're out there in uniform. Wasn't hot by any stretch, but it was in the mid-60s as the game began. Give, second man, got a first down as he dives forward across the 35 down to the 34. I think they'll spot it. And Timberwolves seem to be looking pretty good on 1st and 2nd down, but are struggling on 3rd down here so far tonight. Second quarter trailing 13-0. Clavel very gingerly walking on the sideline. I don't think we're going to see him back in there tonight. I don't know. First down for Castlemont. There's the give, right side, and a stop. This time looked like the ball. Thought we had a fumble, but we did. In fact, it was recovered by Castlemont, unfortunately, for the Timberwolves. Second down and 3. No 60 on the roster, by the way. All right, here we go. Timberwolves now trailing 13-0. Certainly don't want to fall behind by 3 scores. They need to stiffen up a little bit on this drive. Witten, play action fake, pass, man there, and drops the football. Open on the right side. Another 3rd down, the 3rd down and 13. Well, they had one beautiful catch for a touchdown, but that time what looked to be a certain completion was dropped, and no one feels worse, I'm sure, than the man who just dropped that football, whose number I couldn't find on this roster. 3rd down, 13. Here we go. Timberwolves again need to come up with a stop here. Back to pass, throws. Curtis back there, but it's right in there, and he makes the catch inside the 15 down to the 11. I think there might be a penalty flag across the way. It appears that it's against the Timberwolves. And it's first down. Again, 3rd and 13, and they convert. Inside the 10, down to the 8-yard line. So they've got it inside the 10. It's going to be first down and goal. I thought it was inside the 15. It's actually down about the 8-yard line where they actually spot the football. A few lines out there with soccer field lines also right where they are. But they are inside the 10. Out of the shotgun. Witten throws it out right side. He's got it. He's in. Touchdown. Castlemont. And it's now 19-0. Well, the Timberwolves certainly are going to have their work cut out for them now. Castlemont ready to make the extra point, or at least attempt the extra point. A little late getting somebody out there on the field. Now they're set. Not sure again who number 30 is, their kicker. There's the kick. It's low. Did it go through? It did. It's through. So, the score, 20-0 now. We're in the second quarter, and Castlemont has the lead. We're just not sure how much time is left because the clock on the scoreboard is not functioning. And if somehow you're just tuning in on Mendocino TV Live, Timberwolves starting quarterback and safety Julian Clavel injured his hip on this last defensive series. He has his helmet on. Maybe he'll continue to play. Like I said, he walked off on his own power. We're hoping that he's okay. He's favoring his hip. There's no question about it a little bit. But we'll see if he's able to continue to quarterback the team tonight. The reason I mentioned how low those lights are, you could see it in this camera shot, how low those light standards are for a high school or for any field. Obviously, the football, when it's punted, even a long pass can almost get higher than the lights. Certainly not the case at beautiful Timberwolves Stadium, whose light standards came from not too far away from where we stand here today, down at the shipyards down there in Oakland. All right, so Castlemont will kick it off, leading 20-0. There's a kick, high end over end. Robertson takes it left side. I'm not sure what the while that play was going, somebody blew a whistle. Well, he must have stepped out of bounds, is all I can tell on the far sideline. That's the only reason that whistle would blow that early. So the Timberwolves now trailing by 3 touchdowns. They'll have the football, and this is their worst starting field position yet on kickoffs, which at their own 28 gives you an idea. They've actually had some pretty good field position in this game. They just can't get anything going offensively. Now I'm trying to see if Clavel is out there. I guess he's going to continue at quarterback, favoring that hip a little bit, his right hip. The cheerleading squad off to my right doing some nice little performances for Castlemont. I guess they're going to kick it off again. One of the nice things also about Timberwolves Stadium, the referees have microphones and they can tell people what's going on. I'm not sure why they're re-kicking this. All I know is in the middle of that return, one of the officials blew their whistle prematurely while the play was still going. So clearly there was a problem. So we're just going to do it again, and here we go. There's the kick, end over end. Robertson has it, the 15 to the 20, 25, 30, tackled from behind at about the 31-yard line. Now, the Timberwolves trailing by 3 scores. Obviously, it's still in the first half. Not sure how much before halftime, but strategically, they haven't had a lot of success throwing the football because Clavel, frankly, hasn't had much time. They've had some success running, but when you've got a 3-touchdown deficit you're trying to make up, generally speaking, if you can, you want to throw the ball. Instead, there's a give to Robertson, and he's got some yardage over the left side. And there might be a fumble the way Castlemont's celebrating on the sideline. I don't think so. I guess they were just celebrating the tackle over there. Robertson picked up about 2, 2nd down and 8. For Bragg, huddling up, breaking the huddle. You might recall last few seasons offensively, they wouldn't huddle at all. They'd look, by the time the defense was set up, they'd be running a play. Not so tonight. Fake by Clavel. He keeps it himself, and he's dropped. That's once again Robertson that brings him down initially. Jermaine Robinson's real deal here tonight. He's looking good. Defensively, he's all over the place. No gain, 3rd down and 8. Ball at the 31-yard line as the Timberwolves trying to figure some way to come up with some kind of a play to get some momentum. They just have no momentum tonight after the early on in that first series. There's the snap. Clavel back, looking to this side now over the middle. Got a lot of time this time till now, and he's sacked. So he's got to learn to get rid of that football a little earlier on 3rd down, if possible, because you're not going to have a whole lot of time to throw tonight against this swarming, fast defense. So it's 4th down. Bragg, for the first time tonight, is showing punt formation. They're going to kick it away, trailing 20-0. Timeout, I think Castlemont, they were hollering like mad from across the sideline for some reason, so there's a timeout here by Castlemont. 20-0. The Knights have the lead. And really, it's been pretty much their game. They've been dominating all the way. You start looking for positive things. It is, again, the first half. But going back to last year, it just took a few games to kind of get things together, and it may be the case again this year. But remember, we're down in Oakland. We're playing a school from a completely different section. And Coach Perkins telling me it's very difficult to schedule games these days in high school when you're as remote as Fort Bragg is. And a lot of high school teams dropping their programs or going to 7-man football. So they're here, a 4-hour drive, and they're here, and they're taking on a team that at this point right now is better than they are. Can't say it any other way. But punt kicked away by Robertson, not too good of a punt off the side of his foot, and Castlemont will have it at the Timberwolves' 43-yard line. But the nice thing when you play teams like this early on, and maybe you do get beat, and maybe you get beat badly, you can learn. And you can, you start playing schools your size in your league. I can tell you right now, they're going to not have guys out on the field the size that you're looking at right now, 55, 60, 56. The size of the front line for Castlemont, 72. These guys are huge. Again, the program does not have weights, sizes, height, anything like that. But you don't need a program to see the size domination right here. All right, McInerney back in the game. The lefty with a nice strike pass on the right sideline for a first down across the 35 down to the 31-yard line on the far sideline where Castlemont will have it 1st and 10. So McCrary, that is, wears number 8. Witten wears 11. So McCrary's in there now. He seems to be the better thrower, I think. He's got a touchdown pass. That one snapped over the header. Witten's back in there. The man picks up the ball that was badly snapped, and he's tackled short of the line of scrimmage. Delgado gives him a pretty good lick that time. So it'll be 2nd down and 12. Again, no idea how much time is left here in this first half. Fort Bragg trailing 20-0. Now, again, the quarterback switch has been made. I think Witten was 11, McCrary's 8. There's a give. Man jukes a man, cuts back inside, and is across the 30, inside the 28. Setting up, I think it's going to be the sideline man has third down, and I think that's what it is. Going to be fourth down, or third down at about 6 at the Timberwolves 27-yard line. So here we go, third down 6, another big third down play for the Timberwolves defense. Can they hold him? Give? No, they can't. First down and more, still on his feet. Back inside the 10, down to the 6-yard line. First down, Castlemont. Well, the real key so far is Castlemont's third down conversions. Maybe they'd be going for it on fourth on some of these plays. I don't know. Maybe they would have that time inside the 20-yard line, 30-yard line. So they're going for 2. That's McCrary. His pass is incomplete. And so, I'm sorry, not going for 2. They were at the 6-yard line. I'm so used to them scoring, I'm giving them points they don't even have yet. They're at the 6-yard line, second down and 6. $20-0 lead for Castlemont. They're trying to see if they can score again before halftime. Got a very cool wind now. Must be a real bunch of fog setting up out over the ocean heading this way because it's jacket time here in Oakland now. Second down and goal. McCrary again rolls right, cuts back. Ooh, he's bumped by his own man. No, the Timberwolves. Who was that? Delgado with a good stick that time. Short of the end zone. It's going to be third and goal. Trying to see where they're going to spot this thing. I think it's at about the 5-yard line, right at the 5. So third and goal. Once again, third down. I'm sure this is 4-down territory for the Knights. Now they've got Witten. He's the better runner at quarterback in there, wearing number 11. And he throws quickly out here to the slot man. He cuts back inside. Look at him go into the end zone. It's fun to watch sometimes when you see talent like that. I'm not trying to belittle the Timberwolves defense, but that was a nice little move inside there. And he totally found a little seam and got in for the touchdown. And if he was in the program, I'd tell you who he was. We don't have a number 3 in our program. I'm sorry. 26-0 now. And there's a bad snap, and they're going to try and run it in, and there he goes again, the same guy. Number 3. 2-point conversion makes it 28-0. And not sure how much time before halftime, but I think it's safe to say halftime couldn't come soon enough at this point. Looking back behind me, we won't be able to see with our camera, but you can see the lights of Oakland Coliseum and the Packer-Raider game going on right now behind us, just a few miles. Not quite as many people here, I think, at this game. I think the traffic will be significantly less getting out of this game, too. Pretty much a full moon here tonight. Like I said, a nice evening. A little bit of a breeze coming up now, a little cool. Seems to be a long time for Fort Bragg to get back out on the field for a kickoff, but just sort of an odd situation down here. We couldn't find the high school. We did. Mendocino TV came right to the high school, but the team couldn't find it right away. The JVs did, luckily. Uh, no rosters, not even on max preps. Scoreboard's not working. Uh, we're doing the best we can. I hope you're enjoying our telecast here. That's all I can say. And then, of course, to boot, we're losing 28-0. So, the ubiquitous number 3 is kicking off. And this time a little pooch kick, and somebody must have gone offsides because the referee, yes, it's offsides. They'll mark it 5 yards back and re-kick. So there's the signal as they'll set it up back at the 35 and kick it off again. But what I was saying is because it's the first game, it's just, the referees are, it seems to me, a little slow trying to, set things up after a penalty call. But like I said, we're here and we hope you're enjoying it and we're doing the best we can. And so is this Fort Bragg football team. They just need a little something to give them a spark. There's that pooch kick. Same thing. And the Timberwolves, the ball still on the ground, finally picked up by Fort Bragg at the 35-yard line. Well, they'll have it first down. $28-0. My guess is we're got to be at 2 minutes or so here in the first half. But I'm not sure this game started on time either. I don't know what time we started, but my guess it probably wasn't 7:30 because of everything I just explained in terms of the. I mean, I'll take it a step further. We had folks at Fort Bragg High School trying to call down here to get us a roster, and no one answered the phone. And then when they tried to leave a voicemail, the box was full. So is there a game even here? It's just been a crazy start to the season, folks. There's Robertson around the left side. He's got himself about 4 yards before he's rough out of bounds at about the 40. And now, is that half? It must be. They're running off the field into the locker room. So there you go. And again, there's no clear signal that it's halftime. I'm just judging from what's going on the field, it's halftime. So, we'll be back for the second half, folks. Isn't that interesting? The clock now works for 10 minutes for halftime. Show that. The score, Castlemont 28, Fort Bragg nothing. It's halftime. And now the scoreboard clock is working, so we'll just focus on that. And we'll be back with the second half in about 10 minutes. 28-0 Castlemont. Before we go, we want to mention folks who helped make it possible to bring you Timberwolves football here tonight. They would include the North Coast Brewing Company, Sport Chrysler Jeep Dodge, Round Table Pizza, Sovereign at Henry's Meadow, Dunlap Roofing, Mendocino Cookie Company, Ryan Perkins Attorney at Law, Fort Bragg Transmission and Auto Repair, and, of course, Round Table Pizza. Thank you. We really appreciate, and I think any of you who enjoy our telecasts or hear about our telecasts or webcasts, spread the word. These are local businesses stepping up to help us be able to bring you these games. So our thanks, and once again, we'll continue with the second half. Hopefully we'll have a little more positive things to talk about. 28-0 Castlemont.
I know that little breeze just cuts right through you. No, I bet. Here, you want to hold on to the fence? It's that first step. Yeah, go hold on to the fence over here. Yeah, here. Tripod sit steady. looks and sounds perfect.
We have anybody watching? I know we'll have more tomorrow.
Oh, last I saw it was 25. So yeah, we got.
All right, here we go, second half. Remember, Fort Bragg received the opening kickoff. So they'll be kicking off to begin the second half, trailing 28-0 here at Castlemont High School. Julian Clavel, who, like I said, seemed to hurt his hip on defense. Thankfully, wasn't hurt as bad as we may have thought in that first half. Returned to action and is back out there again. Sometimes at halftime or after a break, if you do hurt something like an ankle, you know, it'll swell up a little bit and hurt. But he's back out beginning the second half on the kickoff team. So there's the kickoff return. Man falls on it right at the 30-yard line, and Castlemont has the ball. They have the lead, 28-0. Luckily for the Timberwolves this year, their schedule does have more home games than they did last year. They do have some long road trips, this being the longest. But you might remember a few years back, we were at Galileo High School in San Francisco for, I believe, the opening game, or maybe it was the second game. And there, we got to watch a guy who later was the top football player in San Francisco for high school, for that size. First play, there's a give, and they got him. Nice play that time defensively by the Timberwolves. Again, if you've kind of joining us late, it's a little difficult. The program we were provided with for Castlemont is incomplete, and a lot of players that are out there I don't have in my roster, so I apologize. I've always been one to try and hold a professional standard where I don't say number 3, the ball carrier. You can see that yourself, so I'll do the best I can with Castlemont. Anyway, second down and 18. Play action, fake and run. Over the right side comes Witten, and he is hit nicely at the 30-yard line. And we got some action after the whistle with Johnny Delgado getting hit, and I'm not sure if he's the one they're going to penalize or the other kid, but a little extracurricular activity downfield. Nice hit that time right at the 30-yard line for going to set up third down. It's a personal foul against Castlemont. So that's 15 yards, and it's going to be third down, I think, because that happened after the whistle. So after the play had died, so it's going to be third down. I don't think it's going to go back to second down, but we'll see. And they're marking off 15 yards against Castlemont for a personal foul. And that's what I said about the Castlemont. They're fired up. They're ready to go, and there may be some late hits and things like that going on down there, and the officials hopefully are going to try and corral that a little bit. No, they're saying it's still second down, but second and long. You can see second and 25 now. Ball spotted all the way back at their own 15-yard line. Now here's where any kind of a turnover could at least give the Timberwolves some spark. Delgado showing blitz. He's coming. There's a throw. Ball's up. It's there, and there's the catch by little number 3. And there he goes again. And I don't think they're going to catch him. I wish I had his number in the program. It's now 34-0. That was second down, so it was an 85-yard play. But like I said, it seems like the worst situation offensively for Castlemont that they're in, they keep coming up with the biggest play. Well, the JV's won 9-6, but the varsity right now trailing 34-0. Taking a little time again, like I've said before, this being the first game of the year, usually, you take a touchdown, the band plays, the extra point, they run out, they kick it. But everything just taking longer here tonight, and they're letting them. You know, so here we go. Now remember the holders, that electrifying runner, this time he sets it down, the kick is up, and it is good. The score. Somewhere in the third quarter, it's Castlemont 35, Fort Bragg nothing. For the life of me, I'm not sure why a scoreboard clock works at halftime but not during the game. I can't remember the rule that they have in the second half of high school football, but I know if you're getting beat by a certain amount of points, they keep running the clock. They don't stop it for out of bounds and things like that. But since we don't know what that is anyway, how much time is left because the clock's not working, like I said, there's never been sort of clear indications about the end of the quarter. It just makes it fun for me. So there must have been a penalty after that extra point or during that extra point. Some reason they're kicking it off 15 yards back further. I never saw a penalty. I never saw an indication from an official, but I could have missed it. Anyway, Timberwolves will take it, trailing 35-0. If they want to kick it off from their 2-yard line, that'd be even better. Instead, it'll be from their 25. There's the kick, end over end. Chases Curti all the way back. Inside the 10, picks it up at the 6, cuts it back, and is hit and dropped at about the 15-yard line. So you move them 15 yards back to kick it off, and Timberwolves are going to start off from their worst field position yet after a kickoff. That's the kind of night it's been, folks. First down, Timberwolves at their own 17. Clavel, who's been in there quarterback, bit of a sore hip in the first half he encountered, but he's in there. Gives it to Robertson straight ahead, following the line right off guard that time. Picked up maybe 3 or 4, setting down second down and about 7. Somebody's hurt for Castlemont, and the Timberwolves show sportsmanship, and they take a knee. He's back up again. But you have, if they stop action for an injury, you have to leave the field for at least one play, and that's what we're seeing now. Actually, there was no gain on the play. I thought maybe we picked up a couple, but we did not. Or no, I guess the chain gang just there again. Okay, let's just move it right before they snap the ball. So yeah, they picked up 3, 2nd and 7. Curti. Out there to the right. Clavel back, and down he goes. Tell you one thing, if I've learned nothing else tonight, it's that Julian Clavel is one tough kid. This time Curti splits out left. All the way here to the side. He's coming off the field. All right. This time a tighter formation on 3rd and 9. And somebody moved for Fort Bragg, I think, so going to be, or was Castlemont offsides? Maybe the Knights were offsides. Either way, there's a 5-yard penalty here. going to go one way or the other. One referee showed offsides against Castlemont. Now the official saying it's dead ball, a penalty against the Timberwolves for illegal motion or procedure. Somebody moved basically before the ball was snapped. So now, all the way back inside there, see where they're going to spot it here. Hard to see with the, looks like it's about the 12, 13-yard line. Right now, one of the Castlemont players is blocking me from the football itself. I can't see it, but yeah, it's about the 12-yard line. 3rd down, 15. Same formation, just a straight-ahead run by Robertson, and he's going nowhere. 4th down. Fort Bragg going to have to punt from deep in their own territory. We're somewhere in the 3rd quarter with Fort Bragg trailing 35-0 here. These are the kind of games when you're the play-by-play guy that are a little challenging. With all the other sort of technical problems we're having here tonight, not ours, Mendocino TV, but the scoreboard and everything else. So again, they're giving them all the time in the world to set up this play after the penalty. Fort Bragg having trouble getting the right personnel out there, still trying to figure that out. I think we're going to get a penalty or something. Timberwolves couldn't get the right personnel out there. I guess a timeout. First game of the year, folks, so these are the kind of things that go on, you know. Who's on the punt team? Get out there. We're punting. So a timeout on the field. That'll give me a chance once again to thank some of the folks that make it possible to bring you Timberwolves football, including Sovereign at Henry's Meadow, North Coast Brewing Company, Mendocino Cookie Company, Sport Chrysler Jeep Dodge, Round Table Pizza, Fort Bragg Transmission and Auto Repair, Ryan Perkins, Attorney at Law, and Dunlap Roofing. Our thanks to all our sponsors for making it possible to bring you Timberwolves football tonight, all the way from Oakland, as the Timberwolves trailing 35-0 here to the Castlemont Knights, and they're having to punt from pretty much their own end zone here after this last possession. I'm not sure if it's a full moon tonight, but a big bright moon. I'm sure the cameras on Monday Night Football have shown it a few times. Or Friday Night Football, the Raiders playing just a few miles from where we are tonight under the lights. There's the snap. A low end-over-end kick. It's fielded nicely and returned about a yard to the 28-yard line. And again, if there was a number 1 in my roster, I'd tell you who that kid is. I'll say this, for what I was told was only 2 days of practice with the squad that's here tonight, the Knights look pretty good. Again, they're going to be playing a lot bigger schools than Fort Bragg as the season progresses, and I'm sure they're going to get thumped themselves at some point, but they look pretty good for a team that's only practiced a couple times, according to what I've heard here. All right, McCrary at quarterback. Here's number 3 again with the ball. I'm going to just have to call him number 3. You know what happens when he gets the ball. Touchdown, Castlemont. And it's now 41-0. And no sign of letting up from the folks across the way. To be fair, you know, they don't have 30 kids over there, but maybe if somebody hasn't gotten much playing time, be a good time to put them out there. Leading 41-0. There's the extra point attempt. Spot down, kick is up. It's good. 42-0. Shades of last year now when the Timberwolves opened at El Molino on the road. And similarly, it was one kid that killed them last year on special teams, if you remember, returning punts and kickoffs and also as a skilled receiver. Sometimes you have to look for positives. Coach Perkins, I think, is calling across the way to the officials something about the clock, I think. And he's probably checking that running clock rule that I was talking about, because at this point, I think all of us from Fort Bragg just want to get in the car and come home. if they're, and believe me, I'm very optimistic, and I don't give up easy, but I just don't see Fort Bragg having the talent tonight to come back against this team that they're playing. The other, I kept saying, well, maybe they'll tire out in the second half, but that certainly isn't happening. So, there's where we are, 42-0, somewhere in the third quarter. And there's the end-over-end kickoff, and it goes out of bounds. So I think Timberwolves will get it at their own 40. I don't think you kick it off again, but again, let's wait and see what happens here. The linesman standing at the 40, so I think that sort of confirms what I think is going to happen here. Oh, it's a 35. Okay. All right, first down, Timberwolves at their own 35, trailing 42-0. And as you watch Clavel run out to the huddle, you can see him favoring that hip. And he just, ever since that happened, he's shown toughness, but I think it's certainly affecting his play. The junior lefty quarterback who sort of was pressed into action last year, brought up from the JVs, getting his first action this year. Takes a snap, gives, there's a little burst up the middle, up to about the 39-yard line, about a 5-yard pickup. Second down. Called a 4-yard gain for Robertson. He's putting up some yards. Again, we don't have a stat person for our webcasts, but you know, he's going to get some yardage here tonight for sure, because he's been the ball carrier workhorse. He gets it again, and again, going to be short of the first down. Penalty flags come flying in from two different officials. This time we got a face mask call against Castlemont. So, nice penalty for the Timberwolves. The chain gang starting to realize, oh, there's a penalty. Let's move the chains. They're finally getting up to the line of scrimmage. They're volunteers. You know, I'm sort of very light in my comments, knocking any problems they're having over there. They're recruited. They're volunteers. It's maybe their first time tonight ever doing this. It kind of looks that way over there. They're being told what to do by the officials. Anyway, first down, Timberwolves in Castlemont territory. Clavel, quick pass out here to Curti, and it's called incomplete. They thought maybe it was a backwards pass, but it wasn't. It was not ruled for. The official immediately blew the whistle for an incomplete pass. Clavel just doesn't have much time, but I'm wondering if there's some crossing patterns quickly just behind the linebackers and in front of the DBs and safeties. Because it seems like they're sending the backers and there's a quick rush, and if someone just did that quick slant across the middle, as 49er fans remember Montana and Young. Anytime a blitz is coming, Taylor or Rice, quick pass slant across the middle. You could break it all the way, but that's easier said than done. And the Timberwolves are on 2 different snap counts there as they're moving all over the place. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down and 15. But if they have a slot and a wide receiver right next to each other and cross, and one of them could slip maybe the DB on him with that cross from the outside, and then I don't think there's anybody going to be over the middle close to the line of scrimmage. See where the linebackers are? There's one guy dropping back there right now. There's a pass instead, sideline, caught by Wyatt Curti, and he gets some yardage up across the 50 into about the 42-yard line, I guess. That's going to be 3rd down. Or is it 4th down? Again, hard to tell with a... We had a penalty, so it should be 3rd. It is. It's 3rd down. Again, I know you can't rely on looking across at the chain gang tonight for the down. And the scoreboard says 1st down, so I'm not looking there. It's 3rd down. 3rd and 10. 42-0 Castlemont. This time, Robertson is back there as the lone man behind the center as Clavel comes over for a minute. Now he goes back out to quarterback. Again, the Timbers look completely confused trying to set this up. 3 men split out right, 1 man to the left. There's a pitch to Robertson around the right side. He gets to the line of scrimmage and then is horse collar tackled, and that'll be a penalty. Well, I don't know why they're complaining 2 feet away from where it happened when I could see it here across the field. Clearly a horse collar tackle. You can't grab a guy by shoulder pads right behind the nape of his neck and tackle him. You used to be able to. So as they talk it over, I believe this is going to be an automatic 1st down, but I'm not sure. So the officials are figuring this all out. Here it comes. Again, no microphone. He's picking up the flag. Okay. I guess it was not called a horse. I guess I stand corrected. It was not a horse collar tackle, and I did not see it the way I thought I did. They picked up the flag. They're still talking about things. Did someone call a time? Is that the end of the 3rd quarter? I think that's the end of the 3rd quarter, folks. Near as I can tell. Let's see what the chain gang does. Is it no one signaled a timeout? They didn't show anybody called a timeout. We know it's 42. Does it say 4th quarter? It does. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the 4th quarter here at Castlemont High School. As Fort Bragg will have it, I guess, 4th down. Chain gang very slowly getting themselves in the right spot with the official holding the marker there on the chain across the way. I think it's 3rd and 10. The Timberwolves have it at Castlemont's 42-yard line to begin the 4th quarter. You can see, if you can see the chain gang over there, they haven't spread out yet. We're just waiting for them right now. Now they're getting it. Not quite. Not quite yet. Okay. A little bit over there. Okay. There we go. 3rd down and 9. And this is the beginning of the 4th quarter. Clavel back, looking to his left, throwing deep. Underthrows it, it's intercepted. To the 30, to the 40, to the 50, hurdles a man at midfield and is down at the 45. One of the Timberwolves is hurt badly back. Not sure who that is. This time, though, Castlemont at least is taking a knee after hollering and being excited the first time. Giuseppe McKinney, or McKimmey, I think, is the player down there. Giuseppe, it looks like some sort of leg injury again. Well, these are the kind of things you don't like to see no matter what game of the season it is and no matter what team is playing. Obviously, they're working on his leg, possibly knee or ankle. I'm not sure which. But he definitely hurt his left leg, knee, and is being assisted off the field. Now, I wonder if, well, I'm not going to say anything. I just hope the crowd cheers him when he leaves the field, but I'm not too confident that's going to happen. Well, Fort Bragg's cheering. And now that actually picked up a little cheer over here, so there you go. Thank you. You know, no matter what sport, when an athlete gets hurt, you cheer, no matter who you're rooting for when they leave the field. And nice to see it done here. All right. Here we go. First down for Castlemont after the interception. They'll have it right at the Timberwolves' 45-yard line, leading 42-0 fourth quarter. McCrary back at quarterback. Give to running back who's been destroying us, that wears number 3. And that's where we are. Picked up about 8, it looks like, setting down second down and 2. So second down and about 2. Looks like McCrary going to stay in there at quarterback. There's the give to the tailback, cutting back through across. Got a first down and more, back to about the Timberwolves' 30-yard line. Well, it's that point in the game where, you know, what can you say? They're trailing 42-0, and there doesn't seem to be. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. Are we going to get a signal from the official? Well, I'm not exactly sure, but it's second down and 15. All right. We're at midfield. There's that same play. And this time, nice tackle as Clavel able to dive. No, it wasn't Clavel, I'm sorry. That was Myrtle, who sliced across wearing number 3 that made the stop. Got the front end of his number on his jersey kind of tucked underneath there. I couldn't tell at first. It's third down at about 12. So the Timberwolves defense, who's had a lot of trouble on third down, sees another third and long, 3rd and 13. Penalty flags will stop the play, and it's going to go against Castlemont. Holding, I think, is going to be the call. There seemed to be a pretty clear hold right in front of me there as that play progressed. And that is the call. 10 yards from the infraction. Well, the problem so far tonight is 3rd and 22 has been the most ideal situation for Castlemont. They scored 3 touchdowns on 3rd and long. 3rd and about 22. Have to get down to the 25-yard line. There's another penalty. Still running around the right side. Johnny Delgado helps to bring him down. Another penalty. I'm hoping we have a running clock now, and there's another call against Castlemont. So obviously some, I think that's a legal use of hands. Bottom line is we just tacked on another penalty of 5 yards, and now it's going to be 3rd down and about, like I said, 3rd about 25. All right, Castlemont will try it again here. Last 2 plays have been penalties. Sends a man in motion. Takes a snap. Gives to him. Here he comes, near sideline. Breaks through one tackle and is tackled from behind. And hit pretty good. He's a little slow. Robertson popped him pretty good. A little slow getting up. I hope he's okay. But there looks like he's hurt. Looked like one observer I overheard saying he may have been speared. Of course, you can't spear lead with your helmet, so, but you shouldn't anyway. If they catch you, you shouldn't. But he might have got it right between the shoulder blades or in the back. Not necessarily speared, but as the player led forward to tackle with his helmet, player being Robertson for the Timberwolves. It was a good lick, but I hope he gets up. He's up, so that's good to see. And he's being carried off. And he gets a hand from the fans here in Fort Bragg. He's literally being carried off, so geez, I hope it's not his back. It certainly shouldn't be carrying him if it is. But anyway. We might actually see Castlemont punt here. You think? Because that was a 3rd down play. I think they're trying to run the clock out a little bit, leading 42-0. What is it, 10 o'clock at night? I have no idea what time it is here in Oakland, but so they are going to punt. And Wyatt Curti is back to punt. To receive the punt, I mean. For the Timberwolves. There's the snap. Gets the kick away. Nice kick, actually. Bounces at the 29. Takes a night bounce. It goes out of bounds at the 11-yard line. Boy, you couldn't ask for a better kick than that. A 44-yard kick with no return because he kicked it out of bounds. It's just been that kind of night for Castlemont. They've had some good things happen. It didn't necessarily happen in the JV game. Again, Fort Bragg winning that one 9-6. But it'd be nice if Fort Bragg can put some points on the board, if nothing else, at this point. 4th quarter, trailing 42-0. All right. Breaking huddle now, and Clavel's going to stay in there at quarterback. Robertson, the running back, behind him. There's a snap. Clavel back, rolling to his left. He's going to run. And he slides down and is hit high by Robertson. There comes a flag. You can't hit a kid in the head at the high school level when he's taking a knee. Clearly a penalty. I mean, Clavel went into a slide, and Robertson, a great player, had no reason to come up and forearm him in the head, but he did. Well, it'll be a first down for the Timberwolves. There's the call, personal foul. That's about the fourth personal foul tonight. And now we got a stop of action for, I guess, just to march the penalty off. But Coach Perkins is out there, so again, I think a timeout was called with no signal from the official that was what happened. And they're still kind of chippy over there. I mean, I don't know. If you're leading 42-0, you don't need to be chippy. Well, if it seems like deafening silence, I kind of run out of things to say tonight. If it wasn't just the first game, I could talk about some of the things that have happened and patterns during the season. But at this point, all I know is a penalty, I guess a timeout. First down Timberwolves, their own 40, trailing 42-0. So again, a long sort of discussion across the sideline for some reason. The officials, I guess, and the opposing coach, who's arguing about something. Not sure what at this point, the score. So first down Timberwolves. Clavel gives. Robertson protects the ball. Dives forward for about 5. Second down. At this point, trailing 42-0, fourth quarter. If I'm the Timberwolves coaching staff, well, at any time in any game, but at this point, just don't get anybody hurt. Just go injury-free. I think I heard him say 4 minutes left in the game. I thought I heard that from the field, from the official. Could be wrong. Again, the clock's not working. I have no idea how much time is left in the game. Second down and 5. Clavel takes a snap. Again, gives it to Robertson. And again, he dives forward for a couple yards. Setting up third down. And as long as there's no penalties or injuries, that clock's going to go. Third down and 3. Ball just across the 46-yard line at about the 47-yard line. The Timberwolves need to get to midfield, and again, a long delay here. What is going on? Timeout maybe? Timeout Timberwolves. Well, again, on a normal broadcast, you break for commercials, you go away, Not the case here live tonight. Me, myself, and I. And 42-0, Timberwolves trailing, but they called a timeout this late in the game for some reason on third down. I don't know. I think that's at least 2, if not 3 timeouts in this half. Not a lot of excitement here tonight, folks. All right. 3rd down and 3. Can the Timberwolves get to midfield and get a first down and keep this drive alive? See. There's a first down. Fort Bragg has it. I think basically kind of winding down the clock here at this point. By the way, that was Logan Ponce, the ball carrier that picked up the first down for the Timberwolves. Right across midfield at the Castlemont 49-yard line. 42-0. Low snap. Logan gets the ball again and gets up to about the 45-yard line. Penalty flags come flying in. I'm sure someone got a little chippy again, and one of the Timberwolves sort of being held back. Hayden Mitchell. So 2nd down. Hopefully the clock's running right now as the officials stand out there confused again. Second down and about 7, the ball at the 46. Obviously Fort Bragg with a running formation again. 2 backs there, a blocking back and a running back, and there he goes again. Right up the middle, Logan Ponce, close to a first down. I think he's going to be short about a yard, setting up 3rd and 1. So gone are the coded card signals from Coach Mark Cimolino on the sideline. The last couple of years, no huddle. They just ran a play, but this year they're huddling up a little. There's a play-action pass intended for Kurt I, incomplete. Safety was there, pretty good coverage, and that's the game, I think. Ball game. That's it. That's the final here from Castlemont High School. And mercifully so, I might add, the score. Castlemont 42, Fort Bragg nothing. Remember, the Fort Bragg Timberwolves did win the JV game by a score of 9-6. Now, in the interest of time, we're going to try and get out of here as quick as we can. We want to thank Sovereign at Henry's Meadow, North Coast Brewing Company, Mendocino Cookie Company, Dunlap Roofing, Ryan Perkins, Attorney at Law, Fort Bragg Transmission and Auto Repair, Round Table Pizza, and Sport Chrysler Jeep Dodge. Castlemont High School. Once again, the final. The Knights 42, the Timberwolves nothing. I'm Lindy Peters from MendocinoTV.com. Let's pack it up and get out of town.